in the morning so that we have more time. Okay, so I launched the app question earlier so that we had more time. Okay, so now I want you to practice that expression. Well, not that expression, sorry, that grammar. So that. Okay, can you link the baby vocabulary using para qué? For example, chupete, para que el bebé no hacía tanto ruido. Something like that. See if you can send a tweet using that grammar. Okay, I'll be very, very proud of you if you can. Very good. Pat DJY says, are you expecting a huge baby? That's a baby van. Okay, so how are you doing with my expression to do with when something new is puesto en marcha, but there are problems? Uh-oh, not all of you know this one. Okay, well, that's good. Now, let's think. When a baby is getting their teeth, okay, we talk about the baby is teething, okay, que están saliendo los dientes. The baby is teething, right? Teething. Say it with me. Teething. So, of course, this leads to problems. That's right. This leads to problems when the baby is teething, okay? So the expression is stolen, I think, probably from some parents that were having problems with their baby getting teeth. And they say now, generally, throughout the English-speaking world, this app is having teething problems, for example, okay? So that's the expression. Or the new system is having some teething problems. Okay, we don't say teeth problems. We don't say tooth issues. And baby steps, well, that's something else. That's not to do with problems. That's like little by little, okay? But the correct expression is teething problems. So well done to all of you that got it right. I'll be back tomorrow with more Test Your English at the same time and the same place. See you then.
La radio que te entretiene, te acompaña, la radio que te enseña. Esto, lo que escuchas, es Vaughan Radio Madrid, 100.4 FM.
Antonio Álvarez, encantado.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Álvarez. All right, your CV says you have a high level of English, so if you don't mind, we'll continue with the interview in English, all right?
Hombre, quien dice high, medio alto más bien.
En el mundo de los negocios, el éxito no depende de la suerte. La clave es saber ver las oportunidades y aprovecharlas. Así que no dejes pasar esta oportunidad porque te lo vamos a poner muy, muy fácil. Hasta el 17 de febrero tienes la posibilidad de hacer el Máster Vaughan de Inglés para Ejecutivos con un precio especial. Llámanos al 911335833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
Si estás buscando trabajo o quieres encontrar un puesto mejor, seguro que estás en LinkedIn. Pero si de verdad quieres dar un impulso a tu carrera, apúntate al Máster Vaughan de Inglés Intensivo. Mejorarás tu nivel de inglés con un programa intensivo de 5 meses de duración y un método de aprendizaje único que incluye una inmersión en un entorno 100% angloparlante, para que pongas en práctica lo que has aprendido. Llámanos ahora y verás que muy pronto encontrarás ese trabajo que buscas en LinkedIn o en cualquier otro lugar. Apúntate en el 911335833 o en grupovaughan.com. Empower your English. Empower yourself.
¿Tienes gente en tu organización capaz de emprender? ¿Tu estilo de mando es el estilo de mando adecuado para que la gente emprende de verdad?
Tras el éxito de su primera edición, Richard Vaughan y Javier Fernández Aguado ofrecen de nuevo su seminario Emprender y Liderar, las claves del éxito.
Reinventarse es fundamental para aprender a ser mejor persona.
Tienes una nueva oportunidad. El próximo miércoles 21 de febrero en Áncora, Madrid, calle Trafalgar 6. Venta de entradas exclusivas online. Adquiere tu entrada en grupovaughan.com/seminario. El Máster en Inglés Profesional te ofrece este programa. Vaughan presenta La Píldora del Inglés.
Sé lo que hacer.
I know what to do.
Ella me dijo lo que estaba mal.
She told me what was wrong.
Él no se acuerda de su número de teléfono, de ella.
He can't remember her phone number.
No me acuerdo del nombre de la tienda.
I can't remember the name of the shop.
Emily estaba de muy buen humor esta mañana.
Emily was in a great mood this morning.
Hoy es viernes, así que todo el mundo está de buen humor.
Today's Friday, so everyone's in a good mood.
Les gustó mucho Grecia, se lo pasaron fenomenal allí.
They really liked Greece. They had a great time there.
A ella no le gustó el regalo de María, pero le gustó el de Pete.
She didn't like Maria's present, but she liked Pete's.
Su reunión, de ellos, semanal dura 1 hora y media.
Their weekly meeting lasts an hour and a half.
Mi conversación semanal con mi jefe no dura mucho tiempo.
My weekly conversation with my boss doesn't last very long.
He ido a Italia 2 veces este año.
I've been to Italy twice this year.
Han estado en Alemania 3 veces este año.
They've been to Germany 3 times this year.
A lo mejor vendo este coche.
I think I might sell this car.
A lo mejor se lo digo a ellos esta noche.
I think I might tell them tonight.
Llama al 911335833 e infórmate sin compromiso. Además, solicita tu prueba de nivel. 911335833. También disponible en Valencia y Barcelona.
English with Richard Brown. Hello and an extremely warm welcome to the Monday edition of English. That's right, this is the show where we tear words apart and look at all the different uses of one single word. Now, today's show, we've just decided, acabamos de decidirnos, ¿no? We've just decided to broadcast today's show live on our YouTube channel, on the Aprende Inglés con Vaughan YouTube channel. So if you want to check it out, follow the show on YouTube, you're most welcome. Good. Now, today's word is, it's a short little word. It's a very useful thing, really. It's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a very important man-made material. I'm talking about rope, okay? R-O-P-E, rope, but we pronounce it rope, okay? Rope. Rope is cuerda or soga, right? We can get natural rope or synthetic rope. Basically, rope is made of any kind of, or any number of different long, stringy, fibrous material, right? So rope can be made of reed. In fact, I think the Egyptians used to make rope out of reed. Reed is junco, right? You can make rope out of hemp. Now, that's a word I've never used in my life. In Spanish, it's cáñamo, okay? But we use hemp to make rope. You can use cotton. You can use algodón, linen, lino, jute, or yute, as you say, straw, paja, or any number of synthetic substances like nylon, yeah? Polypropylene, which is polypropyleno. We all know what polypropylene is, don't we? I can see, Juanjo. Juanjo's an expert on polypropylene. I can't even say the word. Anyway, polyesters as well are very often used in making synthetic rope. And traditionally, rope is made. It's very interesting, actually, when you look into how rope is made. Basically, it's made by twisting. This is un verbo clave hoy, to twist. Rope is made by twisting fibers. Yeah, to twist is torcer, right? So you twist fibers, small fibers, short fibers of, let's say, hemp, the cáñamo, or reed, the junco. You twist fibers, into yarns. A yarn is basically un hilo, right, of twisted fibers. And you twist them into yarns, and then you twist the yarns, you get a lot of yarns, and you twist them together to make strands. It's another word for hilo, right? And then you twist the strands together to get your rope. And the interesting thing is, first of all, you twist the fibers, you twist them one way. And then you twist the yarns that you make with the fibers the other way to make the strands. And then you twist the strands to make the rope the other way again, all of which helps to strengthen, fortalecer. It helps to strengthen your rope. So you make rope by twisting. You can also make it other ways, like by winding, see, como dar cuerda, or braiding, trenzar, as well. But basically you twist fibers together to make rope. And you do it in 3 stages, as I mentioned. Okay, now rope is very, very, very useful. It's used for all sorts of things. You can use it for moving huge objects from one place to another. If you think of these huge blocks that the Egyptians used when they were making their pyramids, they used rope. Rope, por cierto, puede ser una como sustancia, puede ser o bien incontable o contable. A rope or rope, simplemente, sin el artículo, you can say a piece of rope or a length of rope. So how did the Egyptians use rope to move, to transport these massive blocks of stone? Well, they used rope to pull the blocks of stone, or to drag the blocks of stone. Drag, arrastrar. And this is the thing about rope. Rope is excellent for pulling. It's good for pulling or lifting heavy objects because it has what we call tensile strength. So it's great for pulling. It's great for dragging things, but it's rubbish. It's useless if you want to push something. It has no compressive strength. Its strength is tensile. It has great tensile strength for pulling massive, heavy objects. Okay, so obviously, rope is used for in the construction industry. For moving heavy materials from one place to another, pulling along the ground, or lifting these heavy objects into the air. In fact, we have a special verb here that we use when you're lifting an object using rope. We use the verb to hoist. So rope is used for hoisting these heavy building materials. And you can only do that if you have what we call a pulley. It's very similar to the Spanish verb. You say polea, we say pulley. Pulley. So thanks to the pulley, you can hoist very heavy objects by pulling on the end of your rope, and the other end of the rope, of course, is attached to the heavy object, right? So we hoist these very heavy objects into the air, to lift them. Yeah? So hoist is levantar, but hoist also means izar. You can, again, with a rope, you hoist a flag, una bandera, or you hoist the sails of, no estoy hablando de las rebajas, ¿eh? No, sails aquí es S-A-I-L-S. Estoy hablando de las velas, yeah? The sails of a sailing ship. So to hoist the sails, yeah, you use ropes. You find ropes all over the place on ships. Even modern boats and modern ships have rope on board. And what's the rope used for here? Well, the rope here is used, of course, when you need to park your ship, when you need to park your boat. But we don't use the verb to park. We don't park ships. We don't park boats. We moor them. Sí, moor, como more, I want some more coffee. Pero se escribe de otra forma. Se escribe M-O-O-R. All right? So, you moor your boat. You moor your ship. How do you moor your ship? Well, you do it by tying rope to the whatever it's called. What's it called? Where you tie your rope to. Well, it's a sort of metal thing, isn't it? On the quay side, in el muelle, on the quay side, you have these metal things like this sticking out, and you tie your rope to the end of that. Okay, that's called mooring. As you can see, I'm not an expert on this, but the verb we use is to moor. Ships moor. And you use rope to help you moor your ship. All right. Of course, another place where we use rope an awful lot is in the mountains. When you're mountain climbing. When estás haciendo alpinismo. Or when you're rock climbing. When estás escalando, yeah? We have special type of rope called climbing rope. Ojo con el verbo to climb, que se escribe C-L-I-M-B, but the B is silent, all right? So we say climbing rope. We use rope to go rock climbing. We use rope to go mountain climbing. And that's going up. But when you're coming down, if you're coming down a sheer cliff sería acantilado, yeah, or barranco in vertical. Yeah, when you're coming down, you can also use rope to do what? To abseil down. Abseiling is rappel. So I don't know what the verb is hacer rappel, I suppose. Abseil. And here sail is not actually written the same as las velas de un barco. It's A-B-S-E-I-L. To abseil as a verb, descender a soga doble. Yeah? O hacer rappel. Okay? To abseil down, of course, it's essential to have climbing rope or special abseiling rope to abseil down a cliff. Okay? Right. What else do we use rope for? Well, we use rope for hanging. Sometimes you can hang an object, yeah? Como colgar una linterna. You can hang a lantern using rope. In the past, and in some countries even today, unfortunately, rope is also used for hanging people. Now, we use the same verb here. In Spanish, you don't. You say, colgar objetos y ahorcar a personas, yeah? So we use... rope is used for hanging. It's used for hanging people who have been sentenced to death, right? And of course, the hangman, who's the executioner, he creates, it's usually a he creates a sort of noose. It's como un lazo así, con nudo corredizo, yeah, a noose. That's called N-O-O-S-E. It's called a noose, yeah? And he puts the noose around the convict's neck, and the convict is forced to jump off a stool and is left hanging there by the end of the rope, okay? So a pretty nasty use of rope there. Rope is also used, if you think of cowboy films, they're always using rope, aren't they? To do what? To I suppose, tame or capture wild horses. To tame is domar, right? And they lasso them, we say. L-A-S-S-O. A lasso, or también como verbo, you can lasso a horse, which means to capture a horse with, again, you have a special kind of noose, don't you? And it falls, hopefully, over the horse's neck, and you can pull them in to control them. Okay, now, rope can do all sorts of things. Some verbs that we associate with rope. Rope can fray, because deshilacharse. Yeah, so the strands, the fibers can start to untwist, and that's called fraying. F-R-A-Y. So when rope frays, there's a risk of it snapping. Yeah, you don't want that to happen if you're halfway up a cliff face. Yeah, you don't want your rope to snap. So you need to inspect your rope to make sure there are no signs of fraying. So snap, in este caso sería romperse. Yeah, to snap. So when ropes start fraying, and I think ropes usually have a life span, a useful lifespan of about 5 years. And then you need to change your rope. You need to get a new rope, because otherwise you run the risk of your rope fraying and snapping. Ropes can also kink. Yeah, kink. You find this also with hose pipes in your garden. Yeah, con las ¿cómo se llaman? Las mangueras. Yeah, del jardín. Yeah, they can kink, which means kind of they start forming a kind of natural knot. Yeah, como retorcerse. So you don't want that to happen when you're climbing either. You don't want your rope to kink, and especially when you're abseiling. Word of the day, apart from rope, abseiling is rappel. Okay? Bien. Now, rope as a verb is also used. You can rope something to something else. When you rope something to something else, it basically means you're attaching that object to the other object by means of rope. All right? Okay, so you can rope something to your roof rack. You can rope your suitcases, tus maletas, to your roof rack, which is your baca. Yeah, baca with a B. A roof rack, we say in English, okay? Or luggage rack. So how do you tie your luggage? How do you tie your suitcases to the top of your car? How do you tie them to the roof rack? Well, you rope the suitcases to the roof rack. Or you tie them down using rope. Pero como verbo, you can rope them. Okay? Now, you can also rope somebody into doing something. Right? This doesn't really have anything to do with rope. It's just an expression. To rope someone into doing something means to kind of convince them. It means to convince them very often when they are a little reluctant. Reluctant, reacio. Yeah, they don't really want to do it, but you rope them in. Yeah, he roped me into coming to the party. Yeah, I didn't want to do it, but he roped me in. He roped me into helping at the event. I didn't want to come, but he roped me in. He roped me into doing it. He roped me into coming. Yeah, Juanjo roped me into doing this broadcast live on YouTube. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be broadcasting live on YouTube on a Monday morning, but Juanjo roped me in. So thanks for roping me in, Juanjo. I know it's a pleasure on your part. Good. So he roped is regular el verbo. He roped me in. Bien. The next phrasal verb, using the word rope, does have to do with rope. And that is the verb to rope off. To rope off, if I give you a synonym of the verb, you'll understand what it means. To rope off is the same as to cordon off, right? Acordonar, you say in Spanish. So, for example, when there's been a crime, very often, the police will rope off the scene of the crime, or the crime scene, or that particular area. Or if there's, I don't know, some sort of erosion has taken place and there's been a landfall on the side of a road, well, they might rope off that part of the road. Yeah, so they will usually, sometimes using rope or some other sort of long, thin things, they'll rope it off, okay? Bien, so to rope off, acordonar. We very often use this in the passive. The area was roped off, yeah? The scene of the crime was roped off. It was roped off so nobody could interfere with any of the possible clues left on the scene of the crime. Okay, there aren't many other uses of the word rope as a verb. There are other verbs, however, that we use in association with ropes. For example, and again, going back to this idea of rock climbing, very often when you're climbing up a rock face, your rope goes all the way up to the top through some sort of pulley, yeah, or clip, and then comes down to where someone on the ground at the bottom is holding the end of the rope. Now, that person has to do one of two things constantly. They have to slacken the rope. Yeah, to slacken. It's a nice verb. To slacken means aflojar. So they need to give you rope so you can, maybe if you need to go down a bit, yeah, because you need to change your route up the rock face. You need to go down, so they need to slacken. Give me some rope. Slacken the rope. And then other times, when you're in a particularly dicey situation, when it's a bit dangerous and you think you're going to fall, you ask them to tauten the rope, which is similar to tightening the rope, yeah? To tauten is to tensar, you would say in Spanish, yeah? T-A-U-T-E-N. So you either tauten the rope, tensar la cuerda, or you slacken the rope, okay? Good. Rope, of course, is also used as an adjective, and it describes something that is made of rope. For example, you can get a rope ladder, yeah? A rope ladder. Sometimes people escape, in these romantic stories of people escaping from the walls of a castle using a rope ladder, yeah? Una escala de cuerda, I think you say, or escalera de cuerda, I think you can also say, yeah? A rope ladder. Then, in the jungle, you very often see rope bridges, yeah? Puentes de cuerda, or pasarelas de cuerda, yeah? So you have a rope bridge suspended across the span of a river. And it's the only way to get from one side of the river to another. There's a very famous scene, I think, in Indiana Jones, one of those films, where they're trying to escape and they're halfway across a rope bridge and the bad guy's threatening to... Está amenazando, no? He's threatening to cut the rope and destroy the rope bridge. Similarly, someone who makes rope, this was a very important profession in the past, is known as a rope maker. Okay? Talking of adjectives, a lovely little adjective associated to the word rope is ropey, right? You can feel ropey. I feel a bit ropey today. Yeah, I don't feel very well. I feel a bit ropey. Ropey means pachucho, right? If you feel a bit ropey, you're not feeling 100%. You're feeling a bit under the weather. How are you feeling? I'm feeling... Are you still feeling ropey? Yeah, I've been feeling ropey for about 3 days now. Okay? So to feel ropey. Yeah, estar o sentirse pachucho. Okay? Bien. Another very important rope is the rope that boxers use, and certainly when I was young, little girls used to use ropes in the playground. And these, of course, are skipping ropes, which in Spanish you call la comba, I think, yeah? A skipping rope, una cuerda de saltar. I tried to use skipping ropes when I was a boy, but I could never, ever skip properly. I was rubbish at it. So I wasn't very good. I couldn't get the hang of a skipping rope. Pero así lo decimos, ¿no? A skipping rope es una comba. Okay, 2 more expressions, or 3 expressions. Firstly, in boxing, in a boxing ring, que es un cuadrilátero. We call it a boxing ring. It's circular in our minds, in English. It's square for you, right? But on the sides of a boxing ring, you get ropes. Yeah, the ropes. And to be up against the ropes, of course, is an expression that comes from the world of boxing. If you're up against the ropes, it means, pues estás contra las cuerdas, ¿no? You're in a bit of a predicament. You're in a difficult situation, yeah, because there's nowhere to go. You're stuck, and the other guy's hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. Okay, so you're up against the ropes. Of course, we use this expression metaphorically. Now, on board a ship, when a new guy comes on board on a sailing ship, someone has to show them the ropes. Now, this rope's used for this rope's used for this sail, and this rope's used for mooring. All right? Mooring, remember, is amarrar o atracar el barco. So if you show someone the ropes, and we use this today as well, if you show someone the ropes, then you're showing them how things work. You're showing them how things are done. Okie dokie, that's about all we have time for. Thank you very much for listening, for tuning in. We'll be back for some more English tomorrow. I shall publish my little word map, which I shall show up to camera. I don't know if you can see that on YouTube if you're tuning in. That will be published later on today. Have a fantastic... Whoa, the microphone's going crazy. Have a fantastic Monday. Take care. Ciao.
Tras el éxito de su primera edición, Richard Vaughan y Javier Fernández Aguado ofrecen de nuevo su seminario Emprender